In our today's tutorial, we'll be looking at stress, primary stress precisely. Why is stress very important? The reason is because if you give stress to the right syllable, then you will pronounce words correctly like the native speakers. Apart from that, for students who are preparing for WAEC examination, NECO, and even UTME, stress is a must question for them. So, in this tutorial, we are going to look at first, what is stress? That is the meaning of stress. We'll be looking at the relationship between stress and syllable, and we'll also look at the rules guiding stress, at least about 80% of words. And then I'll give you an acronym that will help you to identify or recognize where to put stress in a syllable of a word. Alright, so let's start with the meaning of stress. Please, I would like you to get a rubber band so that we can use it to show where there is stress. When we stretch it, it means we are in a particular syllable that's supposed to be stressed. Then when we slack it, that means that the syllable is not stressed. Alright, so like I said, we start with the meaning of stress. Stress is a relative emphasis given to a certain syllable in a word. A relative emphasis given to a certain syllable in a word. Like I told you, there is connection between a syllable and stress. Now, what is a syllable? A syllable is the smallest unit of an utterance. The smallest unit of an utterance or a word. That is what we mean by syllable. Now, let me use an example to show you what we mean. Let's use the word education. 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 The stress is here. Remember, stress is just a kind of small stroke, like apostrophe, right? Now, for the purpose of this lesson, we are going to use capital letters to show the particular stress syllable that we want to stress. Okay, so in that case, we'll write this like this. Education. Okay, so from this we can see that the stress is on K. Like I told you, we use this rubber to show where to stress. We leave it relaxed or slack when the syllable is not stressed. Okay, we can see that the first and second syllable in education, they are not stressed. So see the rubber now. Education. Do you see it? In K, that is where we stretch it. Now let's see it again. Education. Okay? Now that is what we mean. We set the smallest unit of an utterance. So what is that smallest unit? We have one small unit here, another one, and this one. That is 4. We have 4 syllables in education. Okay? Now, I want us to see what changes a particular syllable will undergo when that syllable is stressed. Now, we have about 4 changes. One of them is loudness. loudness. We have loudness. What do we mean by loudness? Under loudness, we mean that particular syllable, like K in this word, that you say it strongly, you pronounce it strongly. That's what we mean by loudness. You can even use more energy or slighter energy to pronounce it than the other syllables in that word. Okay, the second one is pitch. Pitch. What do we mean by that? By pitch, we mean that your voice will be slightly higher than in other syllables. Your voice will be slightly higher than the way it should be in other syllables. Okay? Like in K, you can see that the voice, if I say education, that means that K, the voice there is slightly higher than the other three syllables. Now, the next one is duration. Duration. That means that syllable should be made, we should make that syllable longer than the other ones. And that is what we did. Education. So that's it. Now, there is still one more, and that is clarity. Clarity. What do we mean by that? It means you have to pronounce that particular syllable clearly, more than other ones. You pronounce it clearly. That is what we mean by clarity. Once more, education. Now let's look at rules guiding stress. Rules. I'll give you about 4 rules. One of them is that two syllable nouns and adjectives are given stress on the first syllable. That is one rule. 2 syllable nouns and adjectives are given stress on the first syllable. Now let's give examples. We'll start with nouns. Nouns. Let's use the word mountain. Mountain. Then we also have climate. Climate. We also have maybe something like window. Window. Alright, let's just take three examples. Now you can see, window, we stress the first syllable. Alright, so maybe I can still use this thing for now. Remember, these are nouns. We said we stress them, and they are 2 syllable nouns. We stress them on the first syllable. Now let's pronounce mountain. Mountain. Climate. Window. Okay, that is it. Then for adjectives, we said we stress adjectives also on the first syllable. So let's take some adjectives like gentle, vivid. And what again? Brittle. So that is it. Remember, those in capital letters are the ones that are stressed. And you remember we said are the first syllable. Now, gentle, vivid, brittle. That's how to stress it. Okay. For now, maybe we'll drop our rubber since we've known how to use it to show stress. Okay. Before I drop it, let me also emphasize on that adjective. You do it like this: gentle, vivid, okay, brittle. Okay. Now that is one rule. Let's go to other rule. Remember, I promised to give you at least four rules. 4 rules. The second one is that 2-syllable verbs are stressed on the second syllables. 2-syllable verbs are stressed on the second syllables. Okay. Now let's give examples of 2-syllable verbs. Okay. These are examples of 2-syllable verbs. Okay, we have erase, admit, deprive. So we can see that the ones that have capital letters are the second syllables. Okay, remember our rubber, you can just stretch the second syllables. Now let's go to the third rule. Third rule. I've given 1 and 2. We are going to the third one. The third rule is that words that end with tion, sion, ic, and ian or cian. They are stressed on the syllable before these ones. That is, a word that ends in tion will be stressed on the syllable before tion. The same thing applies to all of them. Now let's take them one by one and give examples. Okay, so we are starting with tion. What are the words that ends with tion? We have promotion, we have distraction, we have also examination, administration, devastation. Those words that ends with ion, you stress the syllable before that. Here we stress more, destruct. Okay, S is part of it. No. Okay. It's okay like this. Destruction. Destruction. Examination. Or examination. Okay. Now, you've seen it. If we have our rubber now, we stretch the rubber on mo, struck, and ne. Alright? So let's go to the second one, which is SION. What are the words that ends with SION? We have diffusion, diffusion. We have persuasion. Okay, let's put the ones that are supposed to be in capital letter. Remember, we said the syllable following SION. So we have something like this. Diffusion, persuasion. So here we have persuasion. We also have division, or let's say conclusion. Okay, look at it. The syllable before SION, we have diffusion, persuasion, conclusion. Okay, that is how we stress it. The syllable before SION. Then the second to the last is IC. We look for words that end with IC. We have academic, and this one's supposed to be capital D and E. Specific, okay, maybe generic, specific, generic, academic. Okay, now we have put the stress where they're supposed to be. In academic, we have DE. In specific, yes, CI. In generic, NE. Okay, remember, once that ends in IC, you stress the syllable before IC, just like TION and SION. Now let's go to the last one, which is IAN or CIAN. Remember, the same thing, we stress the syllable before them. We have here magician, So here we have the syllable before shan is GI. And that is what is in capital letter. Then what word again is we have electrician, electrician, okay. Then we still have one word, politician, okay. So you can see the stress syllable now. They are written in capital letters. Magician, electrician, politician. So you can see the syllable before an IAN or CIAN are stressed. Alright, that is the third rule. We are going to the fourth one. The fourth rule. The fourth rule, what's the rule? that compound nouns are stressed in the first syllable, while compound verbs are stressed in the second syllable. The fourth one, the fourth row. Compound nouns are stressed in the first syllable, while compound verbs are stressed in the second syllable or syllables. Compound nouns are stressed on the first syllable, while compound verbs are stressed on the second syllables. Now let's start with we'll give examples. Nouns mean compound nouns. Okay, compound nouns, we have something like airport. Let's put the capital letter airport. Then we have greenhouse. We also have brainstorm. Airport, greenhouse, and brainstorm. I hope you can see them clearly. Airport, greenhouse, brainstorm. Do you get it? So the stress, you can see them. They are on the first syllable. Then let's go for verbs. Verbs, compound verbs. Let's use the one we use with prepositions like uphold, and outsmart. Let's write the capital letters. Hold, outsmart, and then also transport. Uphold, outsmart, and then transport. Remember, this was supposed to be capital letter. Transport. No, the one you stress is the second one. Outsmart, uphold. Okay, so that's it. These are the stress syllables that you can see. Second, now first. Okay, let me give you the acronym. You can simply pronounce it physicality. That means words that ends with 8, words that ends with fy, words that ends with gy, cal, and ity. Let's start from 8. We have delicate, dedicate, and then maybe communicate. Okay, communicate. Now we said you count 3 syllables from the back. 3 syllables from the back. We have this. That means it's this one that will stress. Let's put it in capital letter. Then the same thing with this. Put this one in capital letter. Remember the meaning of capital letter, the stressed syllable. Okay, here we have 1, 2, 3. So we stress it as mu, komu. How did I even spell this? Please let me rewrite. Okay, it's okay. But let me write it clearly. Let me write this one clearly. So communicate. Imu, that is where you stress. Communicate. Communicate. Delicate. Delicate. Dedicate. Communicate. I don't know if you heard me well. Delicate. Dedicate. And communicate. Okay. Then let's look at, let's see this, that of FY. Where's the end with FY? Remember, all of them are the same. Just count 3 from the back. We have qualify, qualify. You can also have quantify, simplify, and electrify. You count 3. 1, 2. I've already done this. Okay? 1, 2. Should be simplify, and we have 1, 2, 3. So the one we stress here is leg. That's the stress one. Electrify. So the next one, remember, just count 3 from the back. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So let's go to the next one. We are going to GY now. GY. Under GY, we have sociology. Sociology. We count 3. 1, 2, 3. That means O should be capital. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 syllable. And it's stressed on the third. 1, 2, 3. Sociology. Now let's look at physiology. Physiology. The same thing. 1, 2, 3. So this one's supposed to be capital O. Physiology. Okay, let's look at another one like psychology or biology. Psychology. So this one's supposed to be capital O. We have, so it's saying co. I hope you are getting it. You start from the back and count today. You count backwards, okay? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That is it. You can check your dictionary and you find out that we are correct. Okay, let's go to the next one. CAL. CAL. Under CAL, we have chemical, political, no, is the third syllable. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we have stressed the third syllable. This one is also 1, 2, So this was supposed to be capital letter. Chemical. If you are with our rubber band, you simply stretch chemical. Po. Okay, po. Le. Teco. Exactly. Now, let's check one more word here. Electrical. Electrical. 1, 2. So this one is stressed in electrical. Okay. All right. It remains the last one, which is ITY. ITY. Please, you can check all these with your dictionary. You will find out that you are doing the right thing. Okay, ITY. Let's take about 3 words. We have quantity, simplicity, the third syllable, 1, 2, okay, 3. We did not put A here. Quantity, then simplicity, we count 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That means this is the one to stress. Simplicity. And then we can use ethnicity or complexity. Complexity. Okay? Complexity. 1, complexity, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we have complexity. So that's it. That is how it goes. You count 3. In all of them, 8 physicality. In all of them, you count from the back, the third syllable. So I bet you, if you can watch this from the beginning to the end, there's no way you cannot pass or succeed in your oral English examination pertaining to this stress. You get it 100%. That is assured. Just play this video from beginning to the end. And if you have enjoyed it, remember to subscribe. Then you share, also click like. Thank you very much.